in advance, don't go piling onto this person. Just don't. However, maybe you think that. That's fine. You're allowed to think that. You're allowed to have your opinions. You can think what you like, obviously. However, just think about it this way. Number one, if you go on my page, you'll still find that I do a lot of cleaning content, but I don't do it while I'm working, which I used to, because I'm not working. And I made a few TikToks in hospital, then discovered I had a very large tumour that would probably kill me. Didn't. Hopefully it won't. But then I started discovering something really interesting that I hadn't expected. Number one, I didn't find it nearly as terrifying as I'd led to believe I ought to. Thought that was worth sharing. Thought that might be useful for other people to know. Number two, I also found that the treatment, well, sometimes they undoubtedly make me feel pretty bloody awful, and aren't great fun, and I hadn't realised until I came out of it how some of them made me mentally quite foggy. I didn't feel nearly as ill as I was led to believe either. I really didn't. And I thought that was worth sharing, because a lot of people are terrified of cancer. It's a group of illnesses that we've been taught is almost definitely going to kill us and we're going to be really, really ill. So much so that quite a lot of people refuse proven treatment and take up with pseudoscientific rubbish because they're so frightened of side effects that I haven't discovered exist at all. And I'm sure some people do feel really awful. I'm not saying that my experience is universal. I've been quite lucky. But other people's experience won't be universal because no experience is universal, and it doesn't have to be like that. And as everyone can see, I've been trotting around for, 10 months now? And apart from a few bits where I'm relatively okay. So I think that's worth sharing, because if it demystifies it and it takes out the fear for other people, and I can talk them through what's happened to me so they know what to expect, I think that's as useful as learning how to clean a kettle. You might not. You have the option to block me. Now, I'm not going to block you because the fact that you're here and you're commenting leads me to think that probably you do in fact follow me for my cleaning content, of which you will find plenty on my page. Other people, don't pile onto this person. It's one of those sarky comments that people make thinking they're being a bit edgy. Doesn't really pay, but it's not an unreasonable thing to say. I'll answer it. You can come to your own conclusions. Other people will have different conclusions. But I do know that if I can stop one person refusing chemotherapy because they're frightened of losing their hair by being seen with this glorious do, then I don't care. One person stepping into chemo that can save your life, as opposed to refusing it because you care what you look like. That's the result.